Who can bear to look upon the bloodied cross where Jesus hung without shame or sorrowful grief, disbelief, or reverent awe? The cross brings us face to face with Jesus' suffering. He was alone. All his disciples had deserted him, except for his mother and 3 women, along with John, the beloved disciple. And his death was agonizing and humiliating. Normally, a crucified man could last for several days on a cross. Jesus's had already been scourged, beaten with rods, and a crown of thorns pressed into his skull. It is no wonder that he died mid-afternoon. Pilate publicly heralded Jesus, the King of the Jews, as he died upon the cross, no doubt to irritate and annoy the chief priests and Pharisees. The King who ransoms us with his own life. Jesus was crucified for his claim to be king. The Jews had understood that the Messiah would come as their king to establish God's reign for them. They wanted a king who would free them from tyranny and foreign domination. Many had high hopes that Jesus would be the Messianic king. Little did they understand what kind of kingship Jesus claimed to have. Jesus came to conquer hearts and souls for an imperishable kingdom rather than to conquer perishable lands and entitlements. Jesus' death on the cross defeated sin and death for us. We can find no greater proof of God's love for us than the willing sacrifice of his Son on the cross. Jesus' parting words, "It is finished," express triumph rather than defeat. Jesus bowed his head and gave up his spirit, knowing that the strife was over and the battle was won. Even on the cross, Jesus knew the joy of victory. What the Father sent him into the world to do has now been accomplished. Christ offered himself without blemish to God, and he put away sin by the sacrifice of himself.